Michelle,
Yes.
where are you from? Where you grew up?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about your family growing up. You had both your mom and dad?
I lived with my mom. I was adopted by my grandmother because my real mother, she abused me as a baby. I had a broken nose and broken arm, broken rib before I was 6 weeks old.
Wow.
And that's pretty much it. I was awarded the state at age 13 until 18.
How do you describe your childhood in general?
Just besides the abuse at home, friendships outside the home, I was happy. At home, I was kind of like depressed. I wanted to get away, but it is what it is. It's my
So
path.
you were raised by your...
Grandmother, my maternal grandmother.
And she wasn't as great as she could have been?
I was a mama's girl. I loved my mom. She was great to me, but it was just my stepfather. I mean, she didn't know about it until actually I reported it, so it wasn't her fault.
What was going on?
I was sexually abused from as young as I can remember till the age 13.
This was in New Orleans?
Yes. And then I got awarded state at 13 until 18. And at 18, I kind of left. I didn't look back. And went on my own.
What'd you do?
Pretty much here and there. I'm kind of, I guess how you say, gypsy life, traveling a lot. I went from Texas to Mississippi to Alabama to Florida, Georgia. But all in all, I ended up getting married. I have 3 children now. They got adopted out. I can't see them.
Because of why?
They say I was an abusive parent, but there was a lot of things that were said that didn't happen. So I'm going to defend myself on that one. I did some things I shouldn't have, but a lot of things I didn't do. But that's what it was, abuse.
Is there anything you did that may have warranted?
Drugs, that's it.
That'll do
But
it.
they're saying I did other things like whip my kids, not bathe them. I didn't do that. Just the drug part.
The drug started for you when?
I would say around 11, I started drinking. I had access, my mom was an alcoholic, she owned 2 bar rooms. I had access to alcohol all the time. And the heavy drugs started on around 18, 19, somewhere around there, when I started meeting men and they had introduced me to them. And I got a very addictive personality. It's like when I did heroin, I had to go and chase and get more and more and more, And then finally I just broke off of it. And then now about 6 years ago, I did the crystal meth and I'm still doing that.
So you went from an opiate addiction to getting clean.
Yep.
And then you picked up crystal meth.
Yes. In my clean part, I was living a really good life. I mean, my last car was a Mercedes-Benz, that's how good it was. I didn't have to work, my husband did, and then we both messed up and bam, here we are.
Your kids are where now?
My daughter's in Texas now, but they're all 3 grown.
Yeah.
She got married, she's in Texas, and my 2 boys are still in Louisiana.
And they were raised by?
They're adopted parents, no family of mine.
Okay.
Just one's by the state. I can see them right now, but they don't want to see me, so.
And what are your thoughts now on this whole lifestyle that you're living now?
It is what it is. I put myself here.
You're homeless?
Nobody did it but me, so I have to get myself out.
You're homeless now?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm in a shelter. You could consider that homeless, yes.
Right.
But I did it to myself, so I don't blame nobody but me.
Yeah. How do you support yourself?
That's funny. I can't get food stamps and I can't get GR because, like I said, I'm on the run from 2 different states. So I recycle.
So you're on the run?
Yeah.
Well,
pretty much.
For
I've
what?
been arrested here. They know I'm here, but they won't extradite me unless I go back.
So you're on the run from where?
Texas and South Carolina.
And what were those charges for?
Texas is possession less than a gram. I got 2 years probation, where like if I do my probation right, it's automatically wiped off my record. But I ran as soon as I got out of jail. South Carolina is breaking and entering for 5 years, felony probation.
Recycling.
I pretty much dig through garbage,
That's so
cans and
honest.
bottles. It's very honest, but it's very nasty, You can catch things. You just don't know what you're putting your hands on. You find things along the way too, though, some good things.
What kind of things have you found?
I found $340 cash money in one dumpster.
Everyone who tells me recycling, that they're making money recycling, always tells me they've...
I found jewelry, I found scratch-offs, I found Louis Vuitton bags. I found $340 in cash in a dumpster one day. You just find different things. I mean, you gotta know, you gotta always, with the recycling, you just gotta always look. It looks like you're tweaking all the time, even though you're not, like when you're on drugs, but you always gotta look at the ground. Always. People drop money, all kind of things. Jewelry.
But jumping into a dumpster to see what's in there has got to be.
It is what it is. I mean, I got clothes that I messed up so bad that I wear nothing but for that, It's nasty. I stuck my hand in maggots before by accident, of course, I get scared of them. I'm a girl, I almost came in contact with a rat not too long ago, about a month ago. I was in a dumpster, and the rat comes jumping out of from underneath this one garbage bag where I was at. I saw him in time, but he was like that close to me. And it was big. But I left that dumpster. I didn't go back.
Emotionally, what does this lifestyle do to you?
It's hard, at times, but like I said, I put myself there, so.
So you take responsibility.
Yeah, of course I do.
Did you have dreams of doing things when you were younger?
Yeah, I was going to be a nurse. I went to school and everything, but I messed up. And I was actually 6 weeks away from graduating, becoming a CNA, and I messed myself up. I can't go back.
Do you see that you messed up, or
I
just the
messed
fact
up.
that what happened to you as a young girl?
No, I messed up. I got the felony warrants, and what I was going to do, you can't have felonies on you.
No, but maybe the reason you were on drugs, the reason you messed up.
It was because I was on drugs.
The reason you were on drugs, though, could have been because of what you went through.
Well, people tell me it has to do with how I was raised, my childhood and everything, but I really don't think that's the reason I'm on drugs.
No?
I think it's just I was born with an addictive personality. My grandfather, he died from drinking. My grandmother died from drinking. Very addictive people in my family.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandfather was a full-blooded Cherokee. Grandma used to have to hide the rubbing alcohol to douches. Anything with alcohol, he drank. It killed him too, but he did. So.
Alcohol has been a thing for you?
No.
Never?
I partied, but it's never been a big issue for me. I can lay it down. The drugs is the big issue for me.
Oh. What's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret is having children as young as I did. I should have waited. I don't regret having them. I would have had them at some point, but I think I could have chose a better point in my life to have them, to where I could raise them, you know?
Having kids, especially when you're not ready.
Yeah. I had my youngest when I was 21, my oldest at 21.
Yeah, puts you on your heels for the rest of your life.
Of course it does. Running after 3 kids, and I had mine all back to back. All 3 were in diapers at one time. So I was constantly having to try to keep them out of something, or, just running after them constantly, daily.
So currently you're using crystal meth?
Crystal meth, yes.
What was the hardest part of your life? What was the toughest thing you went through?
I don't know. I have to say they're all about the same. Most people don't go through what I go through, not on a normal everyday life. I met my real mother. That was a big regret, That was a bad part of my life. Losing my children, So they're all pretty much equal to me.
Did you feel like you were ever loved when you were young?
I know I was loved, yeah. By my grandmother, I know that.
Yeah.
I don't think my real mother loved me, but I know my grandmother loved me. Because I met my real mom.
What's your biggest fear now?
My biggest fear is, I'm going through a mortality thing right now. The karma, you get what you give, what's going to happen to me because of what I've done, and stuff like that. That's my biggest fear.
How was your karma, you think?
I'm a good person. I really am. I give the shirt off my back to people. But I have done some things too, like my children, for example. Yeah. That's my karma. Besides that, I'm a good person. I feed people, I give clothes, I don't steal, mind my business, and I don't mess with people.
Yeah.
So, to me, that's the basic parts of life,
You talk to your kids at all?
I was with my daughter, and then we had a falling out, and we ain't talked since. My boys I've never talked to. Not since I lost them.
Yeah. Those kids are always wondering who their mom is.
I tried to get in contact with one of my sons, and he didn't respond. But the way I look at that, I tried. That's nothing I could do about that. That's his choice. I did my part as a mother. I tried to contact him. I regret he didn't answer, but I can't change it, so I'm not going to dwell on what happened. You know, if he doesn't want to answer, that's him.
Is it hard for a woman on the streets?
Yeah, I would say so. We always got men coming on to us. We got people stealing from us. There's bullies out there just want to mess with you for no reason. You know, you be walking by, they don't like how you look. They try to beat you up, you know? Even grown men try to beat you up. But in some aspects, it's also easier. We get before men would, you know, like food or money.
What would you say is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is I'm a caring person. I care what happens to somebody else.
Yeah, you'd be a good nurse.
Huh?
You'd be a good nurse.
I think so, if I was able to finish, yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to work with the elderly. That's why I couldn't go back.
Do you still have hope for your life?
Of course.
How old are you?
I'm 44. I made 44 on July 1st. But I don't believe like suicide and all that, you know. I believe I'm here for a reason. I do.
If you had your life to live all over again, what would you have done differently?
I would finish school. I would have waited to get married and have children. I would have tried to, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have been around all the bad people in my life that I was around. Maybe my life would have turned out differently.
What was your favorite memory from your life?
Going to see a movie at the movie theater with my mom when I was about 7. The first time I ever went. It was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Roger Rabbit.
It's funny how the simplest things
Yeah, mean the most.
mean the most.
They do. Sorry, I'm bringing up you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Michelle, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
Most important lesson is don't steal from people. Because, I mean, I have stolen before, you know, and it got me in jail. It got me on the run. It got me, you know, and it was all behind drugs. That's why I broke into a person's house. Just stay to yourself. That's my important lesson. You know, and if anybody does that, they make it. It would be a problem. And that's the problem in today's society. People won't keep mind their own business. They have to get into their neighbor's business, you know, and people don't like that. So.
All right, Michelle. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Okay.
I wish you the best of luck out here.
Okay.
Thank you.